Hey there, Courtney here, and so this is kind of an update on the No Buy month, and so far it's going really bad. Oh my gosh, it's going terrible, and I did a whole No Buy year, but this month is already turning out to be very hard, and I just want to share that with you because when I was going through the No Buy year, what I found was there was a lot of opportunity for learning and for awareness, and that's what I'm going to share with you today. So you see this shirt I have on, it is so not me. It says "You got this," and I absolutely hate it. I was getting my hair done this morning, and my precious hairdresser put a new color on my hair. This was an already planned appointment. I'm trying to slowly go back to close to natural, and when she put me under the dryer, the color turned to just like liquid, and it drenched my shirt. She tried so hard to get it out, and she couldn't, and it was an old t-shirt. I didn't really care about the t-shirt, but I didn't have time to go back home before work. I had already promised my son last month that I would get him a button-down shirt and a pair of pants for a job interview, which that was a pre-planned expense, and I was meeting him at TJ Maxx, so I thought, well, I'll just find a cheap t-shirt. I couldn't find anything. Nothing. For one thing, I wore leggings today, and I can't go to work with my butt showing. So we ran into Old Navy, and the only thing I could find that looked like it would cover my behind was this t-shirt that says "You got this," which, considering I teach intensive cardiac rehab, might be funny and cute for them and encouraging, but it fits a little tighter than I normally like to wear my shirts, and so I feel like boom chicka wawa, which is not my personality. If you know me, I am, and I hope there's no guys watching this, I'm extremely large breasted, and it's not something I'm actually happy about. And I wear pretty loose clothes because I don't like to wear tight-fitting clothes. It embarrasses me. And so it is 81 degrees. It's February the 4th. And I have a sweater, which I will probably wear into work because I am that self-conscious right now about what I have on. So anyway, that has been a tough lesson, but it is definitely an awareness lesson. And I'll tell you what, so far this month, it's really brought to my awareness even more, but I know this already. So I got up this morning and I made my son, he's visiting 23, he was going back home. I made my son, I packed his whole day worth of food and drinks. Y'all, I forgot my own. Yep. And so I am dying of thirst. I did not get anything. I'm going into work here. We have water. I'll grab a bottle of water there. The other thing is my kids are going through a really hard time, and I've been helping them a lot right now. They're both in transition. One just graduated college. One is moving and has to find a new job. And I've encouraged this move because he really needs to get to a town where there's more opportunity. Anyway, I offered to help, but there's just been a lot of people in my life right now that are struggling and need help, and I've also had a lot of health problems, and what I'm realizing is it is not my responsibility to help everyone, even if they're my children, and that I have set up I'm trying to think what the word would be. I've set up this personality that people think that I'm always available to help and that I don't have problems and that I don't need things sometimes. And that's nobody's fault but mine. You know, my children come to me, not their dad, when they need something. You know, I have other people who are dependent on me for things. And it's not that I mind. That is my personality. I'm a nurturer. I'm a caring person. But I also sometimes feel like I just need to pull back a little bit. I'm going to have to start pulling back, and I've got to pull back my energy and my finances. And so the lesson in awareness is time. When you don't have time, you spend more money because you're tired, you're cranky, you don't make good decisions, you don't have time to pack your meals, you get more scatterbrained and forgetful. And that is definitely what this last couple of days have been like for me. Last night I got off work. I've worked 21 days straight without a day off, and I'm exhausted. I'm changing that about my life, but it's not going to be till May. So anyway, I worked 21 days straight, and I got off work, and y'all, I was so tired I couldn't lift a finger. I mean, I didn't have it in me to figure out dinner, so we went out to eat, which that was planned. By the way, I give myself an allowance every time I get paid. I take a certain amount out for spending money, for like my fun money that there's no, and I had actually not spent that. So I had saved up like $400 in my purse of just spending money. So I'm not allowing myself to use any money from my budget for any of this. It's totally been the spending money that I just kind of accumulated. But you could say, well, you could save that, right? I mean, there's other things I could do with that would be productive. So the lesson for me is time. Time is money, and having time, you make better decisions. You can save more money, and working yourself into the ground, you probably spend more. Another thing, my husband called me and he's like, I need new tires. I said, honey, we bought 2 pairs of tires for the work truck last year. That's like $2,400. And he's like, yeah, but I drove like 100,000 miles. I'm like, yeah, I guess you did. So, you know, when you're not running and going, it wears your car out. There's just so many expenses that come along with that. So I just wanted to share that. And I'm going to really work this month on cutting back being overly giving when I'm not really helping people, but it's hurting me. And I'm going to also just be mindful of that when I do that, because again, I'm not blaming anybody else. It's my own fault. I made those decisions, and I have to just be aware of that decision. So we have a big family, and there's a lot of people in a lot of young adults in our family, and they're gonna, you know, we love them and we want to help them, and they're good kids, but that has got to change. So, all right. Thank you all. Have a great day. Bye.